Hello everyone, welcome back to Solasta Crown of the Magister. Last time we finished up down at the great big complex and came out here, got to the forge camp, handed in a quest and got a load of recipes for stuff that I want to make, but we do not have a primed crossbow yet. So we're going to come across east to Caer Hifrid, look for that crossbow, and then once we have it, go further east again to, not the swamps, but the marshes or whatever they're called. Talk to the giants, and then we will worry about crafting the last of the stuff we need, working on preparing for, I think, what will probably be the final boss, or the final encounter in the guy's castle, but not entirely sure. We'll find out soon, I think. So we complete the quest, or the objective, infiltrate Oronetis' palace. And now they say that we need to go and find the scepter, but that is a plot for another day. We're going to come to this general adventurer's store. We just want a primed crossbow. Primed heavy crossbow, primed crossbow. Perfect. We probably have a bunch of other stuff that we can sell. Short sword, magnificent short bow. Like, lots of stuff we're never actually going to use, right? Cloak of Arachnida? No. Bangles and shiny things. But I'm not going to get too hung up on it because really inventory management at this point is not something we really need to be concerning ourselves with. But if we get into our crafting menu here with Jaina, we can see we're able to craft a Soul Stealer crossbow. So we'll get that going across 64 hours. Then we'll get back on the road, heading out east. And we'll get over to that guy. I wish I could put a bolt in his face. Everyone must pay homage to the Lord Protector. Right, we're moving out east to the Verdant Valley. Go slow. Still one long rest. Bjorn plays a tune on a flute. 4 crimson spiders. We can ambush or we can hide. Honestly, I don't want to deal with it. I'm not convinced right now that we're going to have enough XP to get up to level 12, so I'm just not going to worry about it too much. Right, we want the giant enclave. It's not a really big enclave. The enclave of the giants. Right, then we're going to need a quick ritual casting of Comprehend Languages. And we'll go speak to Gartok, tell them what happened to their friend.
Hey, Gartok.
Little friends.
We're sorry. We found your friend in the Maker's prison.
He was dead.
Oh, sad. Medication did that, sure.
That is probably the case, yes.
Alright. 250 XP and a blood ruby. That XP does not seem worthwhile for all that way out and back again. But now I'm going to spam long rests here for a while, as we can probably craft some other things between us for a bit. Let's get some of those going. And what else? What's really good? Dark Stab Poisoned Bolts. 1d8 damage. Tiger Fang Bolts. 3d6 poison damage. Fool's Caress Bolts do we have? Torpor. Inflicts poisoned. I want to inflict like blindness and paralyzed and stuff. 1d4 damage. Dark Stab, 1d8. Brimstone Fang, 2d4. Marake's Torpor, poisoned. The Long Night, 1d4 and poisoned. Tiger Fang. we not have one that does paralyze? There you go. Start crafting some of that. We got 71 magnesium, huh? And another one of those. So I'm going to stay here spamming crafting for a little while. Oh. Apparently we got loads more XP. I thought we were over here on our XP. We're actually only 5,000 away, so maybe we should have taken that fight. But regardless, we're going to spam long rests here and upgrade our equipment in a second, but I will not make you watch that gameplay loop, so I'll be back shortly. Actually, before I do that, we have one other thing to do, and that is one of these special books that we've gotten is a +2 dexterity book. We have one of those somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? Someone has it, don't they? I want Jaina to read it. Notebook. Oh, come on. We definitely have this. Somewhere. Someone has this. Tome of Influence and Leadership is Charisma. I was sure we had one to raise dexterity. We found it not long ago, didn't we? There it is. Unsent is going to read that, which is going to take 24 hours. And in the meantime, everyone else can be studying, crafting, everything else while we camp for 24 hours. So because we spent all that time studying, we don't get the benefits of a long rest. But still, Golric has crafted a potion of superior healing. So if you're able to make another one of those, we'll get to it. And then we can see here our dexterity is now 22. So our AC is 14 plus 6. Or if we have our shield out, it's 24 for 14 plus 6 plus 2 plus 2 shield, which is incredible. And for our ranged attacks as well, we now have +8, so +6 dex with a +2 crossbow. Do we really not get proficiency? Oh, that's the damage bonus. The hit bonus is +12, of course, yeah. Flux assist dex, +4 proficiency, +2. So we'll certainly be hitting with crossbows in the future. Anything crafting to be doing? You're doing some crafting. Everyone else is doing crafting. So now I'm going to have Jaina finish making that equipment for us. So I'll be back. There we go. Jaina has finished crafting the Soul Stealer crossbow. Golric has finished crafting a potion of heroism. So we don't need to attune to that, I don't think. We have loads of other stuff. These braces of archery are... While wearing these braces, you have proficiency with the longbow and shortbow, not crossbows. So we don't need to worry about that. This is fine. So if we go into our inventories now, we can remove this +2 crossbow, which currently gives us a +12 to hit for 1d8 +2 damage. And we need to make sure we hand over that crossbow, don't we? Soul Stealer. Please equip that. So it's still +12 to hit, but we now do 1d8 +8 damage, +2d4 psychic damage. So that's a really, really good time. Let's fill you up on bolts while I'm looking at them. Alright. And then we don't have any other quests. We just have attack, go to Kehifrid and attack Orinetis and find the scepter that allows Orinetis to control Redeemers. So that's all Orinetis stuff. So what I think I'm going to do is if we get back to a regular map entrance somewhere around here, that one will do. Okay, we're gonna enter the jungle because before we leave, I want to cast Mage Armor on Jaina, which is like a whole faff, but it's worth doing before trying to get into some fights on the road to try and eke out 12th level. So we'll see how that goes. So, Jaina, cast spell Mage Armor on yourself. Then we'll get back out of here. So, if the combats are looking to be very, very dull, I'll probably skip over some of them. Where should we even go? We wander back to the merchant campsite where we started. That's one day ago. We'll go at a fast pace to try... no, we'll go slow so that we have the opportunity to ambush if we attack. 2 Spectral Avengers and 2 Spectral Minotaurs. Well, that sounds interesting enough, doesn't it? Spectral Minotaurs, excuse me? Right, big, flat, open space. Middle of the day is good for us. Where's the other 2? 2 there, 2 there. If Unsen gets to here, we can Cunning Action Hide. And then standing here, we can ready a ranged attack. I'm just going to stand here and we're going to cast a... Let's go with a 5th level Spirit Guardians for now, as we expect them to charge in on us soon. Jaina, why don't we cast Haste on Gulrick, given the opportunity? And we'll push over to here, just so that we're not all in a line in case they have some kind of spell casting. Oh yeah. 16 piercing, 5 psychic, 41 sneak attack. Massive damage. Right, we have wonderful speed, so we're going to be smashing into stuff. They got stunned, not that it mattered. We can use the rest of our speed to engage the Minotaur. That's going to be a 3rd level smite from us. And again.
Not bad, eh?
Lovely. And looks like they spend their turns dashing because they started so far away from us, which is fine by me. Top of the order, Unsen. Let's go after this Spectral Avenger.
Too slow.
I wonder if we're better off attacking with the crossbow in general now. Because as long as somebody is engaged with them, we'll still get the benefits of the sneak attack. Let's try harm again, shall we? Wow, that's only... Oh, immune to necrotic damage. Of course they are. Of course they are. Right, well, in that case... You're not immune to cold, are you, as well? They frickin' are. I should have knew it. Well... 32 radiant damage is nice. And that's a hit. What are they even doing? Oh, they're charging at us, which is funny because they left the Spirit Guardians and then came back into it. I don't even know who they're trying to attack us with. That'll be it. How? It's not fair. They do 8 plus 6 plus 3 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 5 on charge. Right, well this guy can get wrecked then, please. One more of those. They're done for. And with our extra attack from haste, get some of that going. She died in the Spirit Guardians. Really thinking about what they want to do. They missed on a charge, which is lovely. That's probably why this animation is trying to take so long. We will waltz over here and give the old stabby stab. Miss on a 13. And how about a 5th level inflict wounds? Oh no, wait, that's necrotic damage. You don't want to do necrotic damage, right? Okay, well then... hold monster then. No, because we're concentrating. Although, if they did get held, it would be incredible. Alright, fine. Target creature knight does not have the correct type. Well, we won't do that then. We are still focusing on our other spell. Screw it. Hit it with a stick. Never mind. What I should really be doing, actually, is at every opportunity trying to summon our deity for whatever it is.
Fortune is fickle.
Because I've still never seen what that actually does. Let's lay on hands for ourselves here, because we are very injured. And we'll attack once. Good. They take radiant damage. And then they think really hard about what they want to do. They miss with a necrotic great axe. Fine by me.
Hold on.
That is a crit. 62 slashing damage. Wow. Glad we healed him up. Right, let's try a divine intervention here. 96. Well, that's the wrong end of the scale, isn't it? What else can we do? Can't do blight, because that's necrotic damage. Can't do cold. I guess it's just really big fire damage then.
Arcana Evo Balmis.
Fails, but resists fire. God damn. We're going to heal ourselves with our 2 HP. Nothing's going right this fight, is it? Stun him. No stun. 14 radiant damage. Goes reckless. Misses on a 17 with a necrotic great axe. Hits us that time. Back to Unsen. Nice to hit on a 15 or whatever it was. We'll pop one of those right there. Fails, resists the fire. Takes not very much radiant damage either. Alright then, how about a 5th level shatter for you, sir? Force damage is... oh no, this is thunder, not force, isn't it? Resists that as well. Jeez.
That's back.
Man, that was rough, but it was 2,500 XP. So we only need 2,500 more to get our level. Is this going to be a bolt or some ingredients? Take all of that stuff. We will resume our long rest. Refresh all of that stuff we just used. Oh no, it's not a long rest, it's getting back on the road. But I'm sure we'll be fine getting to our destination. And then we've got to come back, which hopefully will mean finding another fight to get to level 12. We've long rested, so we are healthy and safe again. I wonder if we can re-enter the cave that we started in that was full of bugs the last time. And I wonder if that's where we're going to have to leave through once we get this magic wand scepter thing. Big mysteries. Right. Anything of actual interest happening here? No, that's the Redeemer's Nest, full of death. So, we're not going back in there yet. God, I remember coming down this staircase and having to fight, like, was it a bunch of black bears or something here? And it was just a nightmare. Right, first of all, Jaina, cast spell, mage armor on yourself. Then we'll get back out on the road. Repeat that trip back towards the city. I guess we'll go to the Verdant Valley on the way. It gives us a place to long rest. If we have a fight, which is one of the first times I'm actually hoping. Oh, there we go. A Fey incursion, a Fey bear, Thanos, and a Fey eagle. Well, this is certainly not one that I've seen before. Fey animals. We might be able to banish them back to the Fey plane of existence. Certainly one to keep in mind. I have no idea how strong these creatures are going to be, though, so... Our knowledge of these creatures has increased, now that we know that they actually exist. We are surprised, which is terrifying. At least they were slightly out of range of us to start. Block our ally. Good. Only plus 12 to hit, you know. Evade that. 4d6 slashing damage, huh? And a Fey bear. 3d8 bludgeoning damage. They miss with a punch. 2 punches, no bites. Right. We definitely want to disengage and step across to someone that is engaged with something. Which looks like it's only Bjorn with the eagle. So, attacking there.
Crush him.
A lovely crit to start. That is half of their HP. So if we did 40, 50, 65, looks like about 130 HP on that one. Jaina. But if I could chain lightning just them, it looks like I can. It's going to hit that torch and the other 2 creatures. I'll go after some of that. Fey Bear failed its save and took 53 lightning damage plus 4 more. That's pretty good going. Golrick is up. We're currently in the area of effect of somebody. I'd like to go after the eagle just because it's the closest to dying. We'd have to take an attack of opportunity to do it. I think it's worth it. We will block that to disadvantage. Oh, it's the ape with, like, giant long arms. Makes sense. We hit on a 17.
One less enemy.
They are gone. Then we have enough movement to get to the Fey ape. So we'll do that. I was planning on banishing the ape because they are, I think, the bigger threat of the two creatures. And Bjorn is up. Cast spell banish. At higher levels, per spell slot over 4, +1 target. How have I never tried to banish multiple things before? Right, there's one gone. That leaves us with a slightly quieter time. I'm going to back off because we're concentrating on that spell, and as much as we do have flawless concentration, I would like to maintain that as best as possible. Top of the order. We can all now gang up on the bear.
Well struck.
Good. Jaina, what can we do here? Can we do a blight, perhaps?
Arcana Necro Violence.
And I swear Jaina's saving throw should be higher than it is, right? Spell save DC 17. And they rolled a con save against a blight DC 15. Oh, it's because it was the wand, which is a magic item that has its own DC, I suppose. Makes the most sense in that situation. Go for a level 2 smite here. And a second attack. We hit on a 15 still, which is really nice to see. We're not... Oh, we might be able to get an angle through the fireplace that doesn't offer them any cover. We will try. There's a crossbow, and there is a 4th level guiding bolt. Not dead yet. Solid miss. Big hits. Right. Ape is doomed.
A good kill, as they say.
Alright. Apparently the ape is not on its own plane of existence currently. We banished it from right here. So we want to be ready to attack it when things pop back into existence. Let's give a spell shield to Gulrook.
I'm in your debt, my friend.
Gulrook, let's lay on hands ourselves. Annoyingly, Bjorn is at the end of the turn, so Bjorn's turn will end, then the Fey Ape's turn will be immediately up. I guess we can all hold actions for one orbit. Is anyone else needing health? Jane is fine, we've given her temporary HP. We could put an insect plague right there. I guess we could probably, though, end our concentration and then try and hold monster in a second when it does come back. So let's ready an attack cantrip. Then we will ready a melee attack. We will ready an attack cantrip. We will ready a melee attack. We will end our concentration. Oh, he's in a different spot than I thought he was. That's on me. Hold monster. Solid fail. lots of free crits
How does that feel?
because it's paralyzed. Jaina, we're going to get a free crit. What do we want a free crit with? This is a save. If it's paralyzed, it's automatically going to fail a dex save. But you know what? Go for a mind twist. That'll be fine. We'll take a couple of big hits here. I'm actually not going to attack because I want to just have one chance of divine interventioning to see what happens. We fail again. It's still paralyzed. Unsen gonna get the sneak attack crit or miss.
How did I miss?
Yeah. How do you miss a paralyzed creature? Alright, it's dead. 1300 XP for that fight. So, we're going to rest. We're going to go back on the road, look for one more wafer-thin little fight. All we need. Let's just go to the Forge Outpost, will be fine. We'll cast Mage Armor with Jaina, get back out on the road towards the city, hope for a fight. Simple stuff. Back here, quick. Mage Armor. Imagine that there's like a setting to do that automatically for you, and I never knew. Let's go check the board, just for anything that we've missed in any of the places we've hopped between. Because it takes a day to clear up any places that we've moved through. All kinds of ingredients. I mean, I'll take it all. Why is there a sell all but not a take all button, huh? Alright, we did your AC, we did, so let's get back outside. Looking for one more fight and a level up before big finale time. We'll go to, let's go to Care and Frel, since we never went there before. Go on, one wafer-thin little fight. I can take it. It'll be fine. Hey look, a Archmage, 2 veterans, and a Badlands Hunter. Let's see if we can make some quick work of these folks, shall we? Wow, for once, we actually have a reasonably good position over here. They're all really close together. We can cunning action hide. And from here we have line of sight on one of them. So a sneak attack that will make. Good. Veterans running at us. Jumps over the river. Doesn't get close enough for a big hit, which is fine by me. Right, what do we fancy with Golrick? We could haste ourselves, which might get us to that veteran. Or we could stand here and spellcast at them. That'll be just fine, I think.
A modest success.
We'll move one tile next to Unsent. Jaina. The real question is, can we get any of our really big spell casting out there? This creature is too far away to be perceived. Cone of Cold, I'm guessing, isn't going to make the cut. Can we light this guy out of range? Man, we don't have many great options now, do we? And did I use all my movement already? I absolutely did, so we can't even haste Gulrick. Don't. Alright, in that case, let's just give Gulrick a spell shield.
You're a valued comrade.
Yawn. You know what I'm going to do? Divine Intervention. 20. God damn it. One day I'll find out what that does.
If it doesn't kill you.
Invisible. Yep. Greater invisible. Hopefully our giant AoE stuff will be able to help with some of that. Get back to the top with Unsent. Now, this veteran does have Guiding Bolt on it, so we can stand here. Oh, we're still hidden. We're going to attack. Who are we going to attack? Because it's going to be a sneak attack regardless, right? Oh, you're invisible, that's why. I'm like, where is this unknown creature? They're the invisible one. Let's sneak attack you again. We'll push back a bit. This guy's climbing up into the fray.
Of course you've been detected.
Ow, 6 hull damage. My biggest concern is that we'll get through this fight and it's not going to be enough XP to warrant us getting a level up, but we'll see. Get hit really hard, sir. And again. Jaina. Do we have enough targets to hit multiple people with our big fun electricity thing? Looks like we'll hit an invisible one from there. That wants to hit us. Oh, we get counterspelled. Lovely. Alright, well then. Counterspell me. I'll harm you.
Necro Malmis.
That's more like it. 44 damage and harmed. Love to see a nat 1. Hate to see a nat 20. I swear that's happened so many times lately. Alright, these guys are not long for this world, I'm sure. Ow!
Get a nice scar.
There again. Nat 20, nat 1. It's happening so often in pairs. Really, really bizarre. Right, let's cunning action disengage and stand here. Attack this weak one, hope to kill them.
One less enemy.
Perfect. And we'll pull ourselves back up a bit. Golrick, we're just going to smash this guy in the head. Or, you know, we're not. Let's see if this is a crit now after a nat 1. The game is broken. The game is broken. What is happening?
Impressive.
Some part of the code has gone haywire, and it's nat 1, nat 20, nat 1, nat 20, nat 1, nat 20. There's no way it does that 3 times in like 3 minutes as a coincidence, right? There's no way. Let's see. That's not really ideal, is it? Hunter there. Hunter there. Bad necrotic save for us. Probably shouldn't be this grouped together with a possible spellcaster in the midst, but you know, things happen. What if we dominate you? Alright. They're now on our team, which is fun. They are harmed and mind dominated. This invisible one's going to be a pain in the butt. Looks like they're stood near the river still. They failed to shove us because we're just so strong. Right, we've got 2 longbow attacks. Not much else, but hey. It's a nice to have, right? So we'll put ourselves just here. Yeah, 9 damage, not bad. And I'm actually going to drop down because if we can put our ally version of ourselves in an area that is better for our AoE attacks, that'll be fine by me. Come on now, just kill him. Oh god. Let's go just like a magic missile. 2 there and a spare 1 here.
Victory is mine.
Cool. Bjorn, what do you fancy? What do you fancy, Bjorn? What are we concentrating on? Dominate person? Right, forget the dominate person. Put that, like, there. Alright, apparently the unknown creature was not in there. Still got all of our health, which is annoying. Oh, they pushed back to the other side of the river. Cold shield. That's a really boring thing, isn't it? Anywhere we can get to where they don't have line of sight to us. Like here. Then we can get our fancy new crossbow back out. Lovely little sneak attack there. Let's just go with a first level guiding bolt here. Should be enough to kill them if it hits. Certainly was. And we'll push down a bit. Jaina. Let's step forward 1 more. Then perhaps we'll get, what's her name, back there. She did just put up cold defense, didn't she? but they still took some cold damage, it seems. Yawn. Got no high-level stuff left. So let's just throw in a bunch of big guiding bolts.
Well done.
Very nearly. A cone of cold right back at us. We have sneak attack again with advantage and everything. Right, we'll take a wide berth around this cloud, but we are going to try and work our way over here a bit. We cone of cold again. Alright, their concentration is down. That's really, really good news. Cannot see the target. What if we stop concentrating on this? How about now?
Vitae evil Malmix.
Thank goodness. 1,475 XP. That is enough to level us up. Let's just quickly grab any little bits and pieces on the ground here. We don't need to be cautious for this. Potions, cash, bolts, food, poisons. And then this episode has gone on plenty long enough, so join me next time where we will go up to level 12 and then begin our march up to Oronetis' palace. For now though, thank you ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put those down below. Otherwise, as we collect the rest of these items, I'll say thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.